Hi, this is Shay Veronica, and today you have in your newspaper Hamilton Lashley, who says that he is all in favor of the government's plan to put measures in place to deal with crime while empowering Barbadians. He claims to have been the former Minister of Social Transformation. Now, never heard of such a thing in Barbados, but if he was the Minister of Social Transformation, he deserves an F. He failed. It's an F. It's not a D. It's not a C minus. It's an F, a flat out F. And if there's something, even worse than an F, he deserves that because Barbados and the crime situation has gotten worse. So there was no social transformation upward. There was no upward motion. It went backward. So at what time was he a minister of social transformation? That's maybe for you to find out. But I find that when you see these guys in the newspaper, and another thing, why didn't he fix his collar? Why is it stuck up in the air like that? He could not have made himself look more presentable, but that's neither here or there. When you hear these guys or see these guys in your newspapers, all you have to do is check them out. Go back and look at their background, and you will find that all these, he calls himself a social activist. You find that all of them are, one for sure has over 40 convictions, he still has court issues, stuff before the courts. This Hamilton Lashley, he's older now, so he's probably, not doing everything that he used to do when he was younger, but can he look you in the face? Can he look any Barbadian in the face and say he has never committed a crime? Whether he has been caught or not, that's not the issue here. When you get away, yeah, that's a good thing that you could do your stuff and get away. But can he look anyone in the face and say he has never committed a crime against anyone, against a woman, against a child, against whatever? He can sit now as an old man with all the plumbing all jammed up. He can sit now and talk about embracing the government's plan. But who was he when he was a younger guy walking around in Barbados? What did he do? What puts him in a position where he can sit now on a high horse and look down on you and talk about, tougher measures? Tougher measures. The tough measure should be the people who are sending weapons to Barbados, who are the ones from a different country, because they don't just appear on the boats. They are being shipped from people abroad into Barbados, and that's what you need to look at. Who's going to the docks and claiming these things that are coming in? Who's signing on that line and moving these shipments out from the port onto land and distributing these things to people? You're looking at who has the weapons, but what you should be looking at is who in the port are allowing these things to be released into the public domain. So when all of your social activists get into your newspapers, especially Barbados Today, especially that particular outlet, when you see these guys up on their high horses and they're talking, do your background research on them, and you will laugh. You will just laugh, and you will probably shake your head and say, yeah, we know him, we recognize him. He's just like the other fellow who calls himself an activist, and he has done so many bad things to Barbadians, and they will say, well, he served his time in prison, so he owes no one anything. But yeah, if you have done someone wrong and put them out, even though you served time in prison, that does not put the person that you stole from whole. That does not make them whole again. you still need to repay your debt within society when you get back into society. But in the meanwhile, Barbadians seem to love criminals, pedophiles, and gangsters. You need to work on that. You need to work on that and take a look at this Lashley guy, Hamilton Lashley, and you decide if he is in any situation, any position to sit on a high horse and tell you what he would like the government to do to you. You decide. Share, Veronica.